trends from a storm that will bring rain, wind, and snow.
Looking to spend millions, but asking for your help.
It's not every day that you get $250 million and it's a blank check.
St. Louis letting residents have the final say on where money goes from the Rams' departure. On the verge of a shutdown.
We run a high risk of not having officers to patrol the streets.
An Illinois village dealing with a budget breakdown.
Taxpaying people deserve to get taxpaying results.
Many worried a lack of transparency could mean their demise.
Live, First Alert 4 starts now.
Heavy in some cases where it overcomes the melting on the pavement and actually does stick. So while a lot of areas have pavement that melts it off, some have a little coating and making things really slick. See all that blue? There's actually another chance for not just snow, but rain and strong winds next week. And we've issued a First Alert Weather Day for that next week. I'm going to walk you through the forecast and the impacts coming up in just a bit.
Steve, thank you. While snow keeps falling, make sure you have the First Alert 4 weather app downloaded. Be sure to turn on notifications so you can get the first alert on any weather changes. Cashing in Rams settlement money is still a work in progress in St. Louis City. Now that the city has slimmed down suggestions on how to spend it, they want to hear from you again. Melanie Johnson breaks down the new portal.
20 possibilities, but only 10 votes for each person that will be able to use that voice on what the priorities should be. The Rams settlement money has grown by almost $10 million, according to the city treasurer, because of
Not every day that you get $250 million and it's a blank check.
According to the portal, more than 750 people have already cast their ballots. Still millions of dollars in COVID relief funds St. Louis City has to spend before the end of the year. As far as the Rams settlement money, the city has already reached out to 3,000 residents who have been a part of this input process. This online portal again closes on February 2nd. We have that link for you in this story on the First Alert 4 news app. Melanie Johnson, First Alert 4.
Melanie, thank you. St. Louis County still has not spent its portion of the Rams settlement money either. Officials tell us they are letting the funds collect interest, gaining $6 million so far. A county spokesperson tells First Alert 4 they're still looking at ways to use the money in a meaningful way with a long-term positive impact. But like the city, the county still has COVID relief funds that need to be used, as Melanie said, before the deadline at the end of this year. Tank AAA recommends you keep your tank at least half full at all times. Monitor if your lights are working so other drivers can see you. And lastly, be prepared to take your time on the roadways. Plan an extra 15, maybe 20 minutes for any trips you must take.
The three common reasons that people will call us during winter weather events are for slide-offs or, needing tows, dead or disabled batteries, and flat tires. So again, taking a little bit of preventative maintenance now on your tires and your battery, making sure you can see out your windshield when the weather comes, that may help you avoid some headaches later down the line when the storm does hit.
And during winter weather last year, AAA assisted more than 100,000 drivers in both Illinois and Missouri. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton. And tonight, there are some slick spots out there on the road.
Yeah, and more snow than expected. You know, sometimes you have a shield of rain, and then there's those little pockets of yellow downpours in between. That's kind of what's happening. Little pockets of bursts of snow, and it's overcoming some of the melting. And it's been persistent. That's really the problem, too. And you'll see that in the First Alert radar, because as we loop this, I'll show you this in a minute, too, on the First Alert radar, but I want to show you how it's added up out in St. Genevieve. This is St. Genevieve on the deck. It's going to be higher. It's going to be more on a deck, a raised surface on the grass, but he measured a little over 2 inches there. This is down in St. Genevieve County, and he did say, John, our storm spotter down there, that it is slick on the roads. But notice on the radar, this area of blue, pretty large area. That's showing the little more moderate snowfall, and it's persistent from around.
Well, it might not feel or look like it outside, but the start of Cardinals baseball is coming soon. Tonight marks 50 days until the Redbirds play their first spring training game in sunny, warm Jupiter, Florida. Tickets for individual spring training games go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. The team's 30-game Grapefruit League schedule begins Saturday, February 24th. There are 18 games at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium before the regular season kicks off. And for ticket information, you can visit the First Alert 4 app and website.
A lot warmer there than here. Well, a top 10 college basketball matchup is coming to. It's a loss for Mizzou, but a testament to how good they did.
All right, Tamar, thank you. And Steve, obviously snow's still falling out there right now tonight.
Yeah, and sticking in some cases. Use caution early in the morning, but this will melt off tomorrow. Nonetheless, a little more than expected, so enjoy it.
All right, be safe out there. Have a good rest of your
quiet. It is not bad out there at all. The sun is shining through some clouds in downtown St. Louis, as you'll see from this shot. 41 degrees right now in St. Louis with these partly cloudy skies and not a lot of wind to deal with. We're looking at Chesterfield, partly cloudy and 37. Still cloudy in St. Charles, 39. 39 in Alton and 38 in Belleville. Litchfield at 36 degrees. Everybody in and out of the clouds a little bit at this point. No precipitation, just partly to mostly cloudy skies. But I think we'll see plenty of sunshine as we go through the afternoon. It should be a pretty decent day. But as I mentioned, there are two systems, one down here in the southwest near the Four Corners that will have an impact on us beginning late tomorrow and into Saturday and the weekend, and a second one that's going to roll through the west coast, take a big dip, and then drive in here first part of next week. And that one could. Skies are trying to open up a little bit with some sunshine. It's a chilly day, but a typical January day for us. Quiet weather today and most of tomorrow, but this weekend we get the first of two weather systems that will have an impact if you're going to be out and driving around. I'll tell you what to expect in your first alert forecast coming up.
And your fun fact before that break, National Trivia Day. From what language does the word trivia originate? We'll have that answer still ahead here on First Alert 4. Welcome back to First Alert 4. Okay, pretty typical for January, you know, mild.
Nothing out of the ordinary yet.
Yeah, that's the key phrase in there.
We haven't had much in the way of really wintry weather, so let's keep it pretty nice today. We're looking at partly cloudy skies all around the region right now. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. Downtown, we're at 38 degrees. You see some blue sky there. Central West End, we're just swung around looking the other way toward Clayton over Forest Park. Looks beautiful. Alton, you're looking good at Alton Memorial at 41 degrees. And in Shiloh, it's 40 right now and partly cloudy to mostly sunny at this hour. So it's a pretty decent weather. Temperatures around the area in the 30s or low.
Many are waking up to 1 to even 2 inches of snow, but this isn't the only snow that we're going to be seeing this week. A First Alert Weather Day ahead. I'll show you when to expect it.
Also ahead on First Alert 4 this morning, hundreds of ideas condensed down to 20. We're taking a closer look at the voting process where you have a say as to where $250 million in Ram settlement money will go. Plus, infighting at City Hall potentially leading to a Metro East city shutting down operations. What it would mean for residents in Washington Park and their safety.
Live, First Alert 4 starts now.
Good Saturday morning. The time right now is 5 o'clock on January the 6th as we kick off this first weekend of the new year with a little bit of snow out there. That's coming from downtown St. Louis from our BJC Skycam network this morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Taylor Holt, joined by First Alert meteorologist Leah Hill. Yeah, we went to sleep to some snow and then woke up to some.
It picked up right around 9 and 10 p.m. and that's when we started to see those totals increasing. And there were several different bands that developed, and many of us were seeing 1 to 2 inches of snow, which I will say was a bit more than what we were anticipating. The snow essentially overcame some air that was above freezing, and in some cases it even overcame some ground temperatures and roadway surfaces that were above freezing as well. So we did see just in some spots some accumulations on the roadways. This is a radar loop over the last 6 hours and those heavier bands that I've highlighted right here.
I thought they threw rocks or something because the way it sounded. If they don't know who's shooting at them or why, they may shoot back.
Still ahead on First Alert 4 this morning, a seemingly harmless prank leading to a lot of concern in Franklin County after reports of people being shot at with what appears to be a real gun. That and more when we return.
Live, First Alert 4 starts now.
Good Saturday morning at 5:30 on January the 6th, and we are kicking off this morning with a live look in the Central West End towards downtown St. Louis this morning. We are starting off in the 30s. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Taylor Holt, joined by First Alert meteorologist Leah Hill. The road's not horrible this morning, but you still want to take it slow.
I would just recommend it. Those bridges and overpasses, they can catch us off guard, and then as you're getting off a bridge and you're going onto a highway, there could be a little bit of light accumulations on those surfaces. And while I'm not really seeing widespread slick spots, I don't want you to get nervous this morning. So just take it a bit easy when you head out. Don't be in a hurry. About 10 to 15 extra minutes is all you need to get where you're going today. I want to give an update about the visibility, because as we're behind now the low pressure that brought us the snow that we've had, visibility is being reduced a little bit, and I'm noticing some issues right around St. Louis. And maybe as you're going out to Webster Groves, Kirkwood, Town and Country, Creve Coeur, those are places where visibility